Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Mysticall, and first off, I want to apologize for how long it's been. It's been so long. I was busy. I was graduating college. I was sick. I had to move back home, so it's been pretty busy, but I am back. Expect streams. I'm looking forward to it. I can't decide between streaming on YouTube or Twitch, but that's my problem, not yours. And today we're going to talk about the Mistweaver Hidden Artifact Challenge. I was finally able to put time into it, and it was actually really fun. I got it on the first try. Watched one or two videos, and not bad at all. No! Fuck! No! 20%! No! Fuck! How does he just charge? What the f- How? Wait, like, what? How does he target me? Okay. Oh no, Poppy. No! Fuck this game! I'm just kidding. It took me about 60 tries and about 9 hours. So, you know, if you're bad like me, you know, that's how long it's gonna take. I honestly, I felt like a noob doing it because I kept dying to such silly mistakes. But, I was able to get past the mistakes, and hopefully this guide will help you guys get your weapon if you haven't gotten it yet. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the talent tree. I used Chi Burst for the AoE heal and damage. It does such a good amount of damage. I use Tiger's Lust for kiting the ads that target you. Mist Wrap for enveloping mist. Leg Sweep for the stun. That's crucial. You need Leg Sweep. I've seen people do it with Ringer Piece, but it's weird to me. It's really weird, so I use Leg Sweep. I use healing elixirs. I saw a guide where someone used dampen harm. Totally legit. You could use dampen harm if you want. I like healing elixirs because I can use it with fortifying brew when I mess up. Chi for the AoE healing. It's really good on phase 5. I believe it's phase 5. And then Focus Thunder because really you're not going to go that often. You shouldn't go except for maybe phase 5. But yeah, you can go Mana Tea if you want. But Focus Thunder I think is better for output. As far as consumerables go, you will need consumables, and you're going to need Drums of Fury. I'll tell you when to use drums. Flask of Whispered Pact for the intellect. I used the Hungry Magister food for the extra crit. I used Potion of Prolonged Power for the versatility. I believe it's versatility. Oh, it's stats. And Defiled Augment Room. I used those 5 foods and then water, if you know, for in between phases. But that was it for the consumables. As far as legendaries go, I really spent like a lot of like testing because I was trying to be like, oh, maybe my legendaries are the reason I'm bad. They're not, I'm just bad. I found out that Velens, obviously, probably the best, and then I finally got Pridaz, and Pridaz was really it was really good for survivability and really good on the final phase, and just actually overall during the challenge. You can use the boots for Vivify output if you really want to. Vivify is hit so hard either way, but yeah, it's up to you. If you don't have Pridaz, I would use the feet. If you don't have the feet, you could use Cephus because you are stunning and you will get the haste buff. So in order of how important they are, Velens, Pridaz, the boots, which is Aethys, I don't know how to pronounce it, and then Cephus. Those 4. And with that said, I'm pretty sure let's get right into the challenge and let's beat it. One thing I did forget to mention with the gear is my item level when I completed it was 913. I have nothing special. The only thing special I have is that my weapon is actually complete. I have 925 relics. None of them really, you know, to give you an advantage or anything, but that is something to note. You could probably do this with like 890 item level if you're good. 890, 875, 885 maybe. It's just better the higher item level you are. Take 2. Let's get right into the video and let's beat the challenge. One ad is gonna spawn, and it's gonna be Corrupted Ryzen Arbalist. And basically, all she does is she deals damage. She'll blink away and then start casting Mana Sting. If you get hit by Mana Sting, you lose all of your mana and you take a ton of damage, and you will pretty much die because there's no way to recover. The only way to stop this is to use paralysis. Try and DPS as much as you can to make the phase end quicker. Phase 2, it's going to spawn 2 ads. You're going to have the Corrupted Rising Mage, and you got the other little guy, and the same ad from the first phase. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to stun the mage at 3 stacks of Arcane Blast or AK Arcane Blitz, whatever it's casting. But while you're doing that, the other ad is going to blink away and cast Mana Sting, and you're going to have to do the same thing. You have to use Paralysis to prevent her from casting it. She's going to do this multiple times the longer she is alive, so make sure you don't use Paralysis on anything else but on Mana Sting. And again, to make the phase go quicker, I use the Rising Sun Kick and the Crackling Jade Lightning just to make it go by quicker. She doesn't do that much damage, where if you're not healing, like, someone's going to die. So just DPS when you can. In the third wave, you're going to have a Rising Mage and a new ad. And this ad does a few things. The first thing it's going to do is it's going to cast Knife Party. Make sure you stun at 3 stacks after it casts Knife Party, because if you stun before, it'll just cast it again. It's also going to focus you, and you're going to want to run away. Use your port. You have a passive called Spirit Tether that slows enemies down when they are by your port. So just put your port down near the ad and it'll be slowed. Knife Dance, it just does a ton of AoE damage, so just use your Renewing Mist, Vivifies, Essence Font if you have to, and then again DPS when you can. If you are bad like me and you can't kite because you're bad, use your Fortifying Brew and Healing Elixirs. In the next phase, 3 ads are going to spawn. You're going to have 2 of the Knife Party ads and the Arcane Mage. Stun them when they're both casting Knife Party. You will be focused immediately after the stun, so port away and use your Tiger's Lust just so you can kite. Now it is random. Sometimes you will have both in you, sometimes you will have one. The main point of this one is just kill the mage as fast as you can, and then you're gonna be left with 2. Now you're gonna use Paralysis on 1 Knife Party, interrupt it as soon as it's done casting it, and then try and DPS one of them. Kite when you get focused. Sometimes you will get both, sometimes you get none, but make sure you kite your best. You can port, Tiger's Lust, you can pretty much survive the damage against one. Just do your best to kite. I used a lot of DPSing during this one just to make it go by quicker. I'm just taking hits here. I could kite it, but I'm not. They don't do that much damage. I also have Pride as, so it helps a lot during the challenge. This is the last wave of ads. You get 1 of every ad, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to stun right after Knife Party. She is going to blink out, use your Paralysis to get Mana Sting, and then use Crackling Jade Lightning or your Rising Sun Kick for DPS. I would highly recommend using Potions of Prolonged Power for this one. You could have it basically throughout the entire challenge because there is no boss technically, so you could literally have just the 2500 stats the entire time if you can afford the Prolonged Power, or if you can make it. So you should be good. You'll be focused, or maybe you won't. It's up to you. I didn't have the diminishing return for Paralysis, so as you can see, I stood behind the tank. Actually, I thought it hit the tank, but it hit a different ad, so I gave it to an ad. As long as it doesn't hit you, you're fine. You could heal through the damage as long as it doesn't hit you. And then for this one, you should have stun up. I should stun here. Yep, stunned it. And then Chi Burst just for damage, and then it's pretty much it for this wave. She doesn't do that much damage, and let's get right into phase 2. Phase 2 is a free phase. Just drink up and then run straight into the hold, where you will go for your phase 3. Alright, so we have phase 3. This is actually the easier of the phases. Phase 1 is probably the hardest. During this part, you're going to want to stand away from the eyes because they do damage around them, and just use your Crackling Jade Lightning to DPS them down. You could always also use Chi Burst. One thing to note is when they explode, they deal about 50% of your health. If you have Pride as, it's something like 20 or 30%. But make sure that after each one that you kill, and you take the damage, you heal up with Enveloping Mists, Vivifies, or FUs. You could even use your Artifact Weapon if you want to. It's pretty easy, this phase. So you're going to kill these things, and you're going to go into the next room. Yeah, so you're gonna be going through that gate, and then you have these next ads. I use a potion of prolonged power, I stun, chi burst, and then I spinning crane kick to AoE them down. And then Mistweavers actually have some really strong single target damage. More like the rising sun kicks I hit are higher than I do with my Windwalker. The damage rotation you're going to want to do is you're going to want to prioritize rising sun kick, tiger palm, blackout kick. So whenever rising sun kick is off cooldown, use it, then tiger palm, then blackout kick. This next phase can be tricky. You're going to see an ad running around, dispel it, or else it'll fear you. And then you're going to want to heal up the 3 ads on the side. I literally spam Vivify. I'm sure there's a much easier way to heal them, but I literally spam Vivifies. Yep, every single one. Just Vivify. You can even use your artifact weapon, which I might do. I'm not sure if I do it in the end. Yep. So that one's healed up. You're gonna kill this ad. This is the same ad from the first phase, the Viper Sting, the Mana Sting one. Again, prioritize rising sun kick, tiger palm, blackout kick. I throw in chi burst, and then I stun the Mana Sting, and then she should die pretty quickly. I crit almost like 1,000,000 on my rising sun kicks. It's actually kind of crazy. This next room, I'm not sure what the point of it was, but it's pretty easy for Mistweavers. I don't know if it's hard for any other healer, but basically you just run in and you spin a crane kick, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, not much of a challenge there. I'm sure it's hard for some healers, maybe the priest or something, that don't have AoE damage. So you go into the next room, it's just the same thing. You have one main ad. I focused on the ad. You can focus on any that you want. I focused on the main ad in the middle, stunned them down, did a little AoE damage to some of the orbs, the orbs, and then yeah, killed them. Killed the main guy. It is also something to note, something I did not realize until after this video, and like after I completed it and after I watched the video, this is actually timed. This is timed. I had no idea because my thing's bugged. Yeah, I don't know, but you should be fine doing that. Fine, no problem. Just make sure you heal up every time you kill an orb. Stage 5 now. Drink up before the next phase, and we'll talk about stage 5. Alright, so now we have stage 5. Your teammates, your group members have been poisoned or mind controlled, and they are actually going crazy and they're attacking each other. You need to keep them alive, but at the same time, you need to heal the ads that are going towards the boss. You will see that in a second. They are connected to those lines. This is a good time to use your Drums of Fury, Potion of Prolonged Power, and just spam Vivifies. Use your Chi G, build up some artifact weapon stacks if you have the trait, and then you just spam your Vivifies. In between each one, you know, just spam your F-uses to get some artifact weapon stacks. That's what I did. I think that's the best. You throw out Renewing Mist, Enveloping Mist if you really have to, but that is a big mana spender, and you can easily go Oom. That's what I used to have the problem with. This is also a good time to use Velen's, the trinket, and then bam, you just Vivify them. The Vivify, it is good to know that does heal your party members who are attacking each other. You can say I used Life Cocoon there. I wish I didn't, but you know, it's fine. You do have to heal a total of 8. A total of 8 ads. And as soon as you heal that last ad, you're done. So I use right here, I spam Vivifies, get them up a little bit, use my artifact trait, and then you see I use Revival, and it heals them up. And that's the end of the phase. Yep, that's 8, and they're healed up. Okay, so stage 6 is more of a resting period, just like stage 2 and 4. But for this phase, if you missed any ads, which you might have noticed for me, I missed one ad. They are going to spawn, and you'll see in a second there's going to be a little role-playing dialogue going on, and then the ad is going to spawn, and all you have to do is kill it, and then it goes straight into the final phase. Now if you healed all of the ads, it goes straight into the final phase. So here you go, it spawns. For some reason, it takes a little bit for my group to actually respond to this. So I have the Rising Soldier, so there's Knife Party, I stun it, and then there we go, they come alive. They figured it out, I get focused, I put down a Transcendence to slow it, and then when he gets close to me, I port away. And then you just deal damage, Rising Sun Kick, Crackling Jade Lightning, and now you go straight into the final phase. The final phase is definitely the hardest part of this challenge. I start off by just, you know, doing some damage. You are going to take some damage, and then you're going to get a dot. And basically what it does is it does spread damage based on how much health you have left. So the lower amount of health you have left, the less damage it does. Basically what I found, and after many wipes, if you are between 30 and 40% health, that is a safe amount. There you see the dot. I stand in the fire because there's really no other way to take damage, and he does target you and jump on you and deals about 20% damage. So stay between the 30 and 40% range, and then just do your healing rotation. He will charge you and put fell on the ground, so stay on the outside to make sure it spreads out. You can use your port to port in between. I preemptively try to jump in the fire to start getting my health down. And, you know, 20%, he just leaped at me, so he's not going to leap at me again until this dot's down. It does a very minimal amount of damage. I use my artifact weapon to bring everyone up with the golden trait. And, yeah, it's pretty much it. It's really weird, and it's really fast-paced, so, you know, you could easily die. I've died plenty of times, but I almost died there, and I would have been really sad. But we were able to do it. I use basically Vivifies pretty much. If I need AoE healing, I do Vivify, little Chi Burst maybe. Pride As came in clutch a lot, and yeah, it actually hurt me a few times on this boss because I was at like 100% health, and it just wouldn't go through the shield fast enough. And find as much room as you can. If you are struggling to find room, there's usually room around the outside, like little pockets like this one. You can see one to the right there also. So, you know, be sure to use your potion of prolonged power. You could also use Drums of Fury because the ads do, or your group members do not get that debuff, the exhausted debuff. So you can absolutely use it multiple times for your group, but not you. I use it only on that last phase, or phase 5, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Crackling Jade lightning him down, and I was finally able to kill it. Overall, the challenge was amazing. It was definitely a challenge, and I loved it. I hope they, you know, bring more aspects like this into the game. I loved being able to get a skin and, you know, have it be unique to Monk, and I love the challenge of it, you know, being able to die a lot, learn from mistakes, and finally get the appearance was something really awesome. I hope this helped everybody. I hope, you know, people learn and get it from this video, and that's pretty much it. I hope everyone enjoyed, and I will see you later.